So we're going to be looking at graphing equations, and this is going to be from slope-intercept form, which is your y equals mx plus b. So we'll be given our slope, and we'll be given our y-intercept. So when I'm graphing, b is where I'm going to begin, because we know our y-intercept is our starting point. And I'm going to move with my slope, okay, which is your rise over run, or you can say change in y over change in x. So on each of these problems, I'm going to first identify the slope and the y-intercept. So the slope for number 1 is 7 over 2. And then my y-intercept is -2. Okay, so again, your slope is always the number before the x. Okay, and your y-intercept is always here after that mx part. Okay, so realize with it being -2, I have to take account that that's going to be -2. So when I plot my points, I'm going to begin with B. So my y-intercept is -2, so I'm going to start there. And then from here, I'm just going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up 7, and I'm going to go over 1, 2 to the right. Okay, and that's it. I connect my dots, and that's my graph. When graphing, I do like for you to put all the points that can fit on the graph. So please make sure that you do that if you have space. So number 2, I'm first going to find my slope and my y-intercept. So my slope is -6 and my y-intercept is 3. So that means I'm going to start on my y-axis at 3. Then one thing about when you have a whole number, you want to make that a fraction. So any whole number I want to make a fraction, I just put that over 1. So 6 is going to be my rise, which I'm going down actually. So it could be rise or fall. And 1 will be my run. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over to the right 1. And that's my graph. Now, a lot of people all day have been asking, which way do we go? Do we go left or do we go right? Okay. One thing that I do, and it's kind of how you think about it in your head. Okay. I go down, like if my slope is negative, I'm going to go down and to the right. Okay. If my slope is positive, I'm going to go up and to the right. Okay. So it depends on how you're looking at it. Keep in mind our slope guide. So if your graph or if your slope is positive, that means that your graph is going to go up. So there's nothing wrong with after you graphing the line, just see if you are going up or if it's negative, you're going down. Okay, and then don't forget our undefined and our 0, which we'll talk about on number 3. So number 3, you have y equals -5. You probably will notice that something's missing. So it's not a term that has an x on it, so that means that my slope is not there. This -5 will represent my y-intercept. So when a slope is not there, that means that it's 0. And you remember from the slope guide that when our slope is 0, because there's no change in our slope. So that's just going to be a horizontal line going straight through -5. And that's it. Okay, let's move on. So number 4, again, I'm going to do my slope and my y-intercept. So my slope here is 6 over 5 and my y-intercept is 1. So I'm going to start at 1 and I'm going to go up 6. Now watch here. If I try to go up 6, I'm going to notice I'll run out of space. So I'm going to go down, okay, because I can go down, but if I have to do that, I'm going to go to the left this time so I can make sure that my graph stays positive. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my graph. All right. This next one here, my slope is 1/4 and my y-intercept is 2. So I'm going to go start at 2 and then up 1/4. Okay. That's 1 point here. So that's about enough to draw a line. But then I have another point that I can draw down here. If I go down 1/4. I said down, but notice my slope is still positive and it actually is going up from left to right. So we're good to go. And then last we have our x equals a number. So x equals 5. So I have to think about, well, where is x actually equal to 5? Okay, right here. And whenever you have an x equals, it's just going to be straight through that x-axis. So x equals 5 is here. I'm going to have a straight vertical line through that x-axis. Okay, and if you think about our slope guy, this is where we have its nose, it's up and down, and that's where our slope is going to be undefined. And what about the y-intercept? If we look at our graph here, it is parallel. Parallel meaning that they will never cross. So it's parallel with the y-axis, which means we will not have a y-intercept. Okay?